this is the HTML of a fully responsive website. As you can see, starting with the navigation bar, it has an unordered list inside which we have anchor tags: home, about, services, blog, and open source. Then there is a right navigation bar which includes a button which says work with me. Then there is an introductory div. Inside this introductory div also we have an unordered list, and to the GitHub and the LinkedIn anchor tags I have given my own GitHub and LinkedIn link. You can check it. Then there is a about me div, there is a backend div as you can see, and there is a front-end div also. Then there are two box zone 1 and another is the box zone 2. The box zone 1 contains two boxes, box 1 and box 2, and the box zone 2 again contains two boxes, box 3 and the box 4. Then there is another div, open source. To this open source div, three boxes are included: div ID open source box 1, div ID open source box 2, and div ID open source box 3. Box 1 and box 3 are going to have same styling, so they have been given a class of OS box, means open source box, and the box 2 is going to have a slight different styling, which we will see later on. There is another div for the dots. There is a help div which has paragraph and a span tag. Then at the end we have footer. This footer is also divided to the left footer and the right footer. The left footer has two paragraph tags and the right footer has again an unordered list with list items, GitHub, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Now let us see the styling of this fully responsive website. First, let me show you the website, how it looks like. So this is how a website looks like. It has a navigation bar at the top. It has a left navigation bar, a right navigation bar. There is an introductory part as well. Then there is about me div, which has a button. There is a backend development, front-end development div. There are two box zones, box zone 1 and the box zone 2, which contains two boxes each. There is an open source div, which has first and third box of same styling, and the center box has a slight different styling. There is a help div, and then at the end there is a footer which has been divided into left footer and the right footer. As you can see, left footer and the right footer, as you can see. I have imported a Google font named Paddle Around. Then universal selector is here. To the body, a background image is inserted. You can see the whole website has a background image also. So background image is inserted with this 100 of the viewport width. Then navigation bar has been given display flex so that everything comes in a single line. There is a logo also. To these tags, there is a hovering effect. You can see the cursor is changing to pointer and the text decoration becomes underlined when hovered. Text decoration is underlined when hovered. The styling has been given to the logo with 40 pixels and the border radius is also 50%. That's why it is in circle shape. Then the right navigation bar has been given the CSS, then the button on, and now comes to the CSS of the introductory part. The introductory part has been given a width of 50%. As you can see, it has been given a width of 50%. Then basic attributes are included like text alignment, color, margin, and everything. Also, you can see on hovering this GitHub, LinkedIn, and Twitter, the color is changing to white. So this is also included in the CSS part only. Then styling has been given to about me, about me div, then about me image. Sub about me has been given display flex so that everything comes at center, so that everything comes in a single line. Services 1 and services 2 is basically the front end and the back end development, which has a similar styling. As you can see, it includes an image, some content, and at the bottom there is a button which has a hover effect also. The cursor changes to pointer and the background color is also changing. Then box zone 1 has been given display flex so that both the boxes come in a single line and both the boxes acquire 50% width. Both the boxes acquire 50% width, as you can see, 50% width. Then again, some basic attributes have been given like margin, padding, background color, line height, display flex, and everything. Then comes to the open source. The open source boxes have been given height, display flex, and justify content center so that they come in a single line and they are at the center, and they have been given a margin from the top of 50 pixels. The info 1 and info 3 are having the same styling. As you can see here, they are having the same styling, and the center box is having a slight different styling. Then the dots have been given a text alignment of center so that these dots remain at the center. Then styling is given to the help part also. As you can see, the footer has been given display flex so that everything comes in a single line. The left footer and the right footer both acquires a width of 50%. Let me show you. Both acquire a width of 50%. See, this is the right footer and this one is your left footer. Now we have media queries. Let me show you how this website originally looks like. It looks something like this. And now the first media query is at a minimum width of 430 and a maximum width of 630, and the another media query is at a minimum width of 320 and a maximum width of 430. So let us turn the width to about 322 pixels. Here, the flex direction of the navigation bar changes to column. As you can see, flex direction changes to column. The alignment items is at the center. Everything has a flex direction of column. There is no overflowing of the content also. It has also a flex direction of column. Then the maximum width was of 430, and then another media query was given at a minimum of 430 and a maximum of 630 pixels. So let us switch to about 450 pixels. Again, the flex direction of the navigation bar is column. This has a back end, front end, everything has a flex direction of column. There is no overflowing of the content also. Everything looks fine. Then another media query is at minimum width of 630 and a maximum width of 1300 pixels. So let us switch to about 800 pixels. Now the navigation bar has a flex direction of row. Now everything has a flex direction of row. The buttons are good to go. There is no overflowing of the content between the boxes. And as you can see on inspecting also, everything looks fine. So the maximum width is of 1300 pixels. Let us try to increase the width more. As you can see, 1052 pixels, 1100 about pixels, 1200 pixels, and everything is good. There is no overflowing of the content. So this is all about the fully responsive website.